request all the participants to put their right hand on their heart.
येष सुप्तेषु जागृति येष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तदेव शुक्रब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वतदूनाद्यति कश्चन एतद्द्वैता 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 एतद्द्वैता.
Now I request Chairman of Ahmedabad branch, CA Fenil Shah, to give his opening remarks to this historical and wonderful webinar. CA Fenil Shah.
Thank you, Bishan Bhai, for giving a perfect start to the session. The very learned speaker for today's discussion, Dr. Jitesh Nagoriji, the Commissioner CGST of Gandhinagar, joining with his vibrant team, Shri Dharmesh Renwat Singh Rathorji, AC Mehsana Palanpur, Shri Narsiram R. Meena, AC Himmatnagar. Along with this, I welcome the Secretary of our branch and the moderator for the session, CA Bishan Shah, CA Ketan Mistry, the President of Chartered Accountants Association Ahmedabad, Shri Bharat Sheth, the President of All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants Association, Shri Sunil Keshwaniji, the President of Tax Advocate Association of Gujarat, Shri Praveen Soniji, Gujarat Sales Tax Bar Association President, Advocate Ashutosh Thakkarji, the President of Income Tax Bar Association. And I'm also privileged to welcome various CP study circles joining hand with us in this particular fruitful webinar. CA BK Chavdaji, convener of Gandhinagar CP Circle, CA Irshad Sabugar, convener of Himmatnagar CP Circle, CA Parag Malviji, convener of Palanpur CP Circle, and CA Rutul Kansaraji, convener of Mehsana CP Circle. Friends, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all. તમને બધાનું સ્વાગત કરતા બહુ લાગણી અનુભવું છું on this very important webinar where so many associations of Gujarat and various CP circles of Gujarat has gathered together to have a very fruitful discussion with the authorities from department on the GST return issues and compliances. Jitesh ji, if I take a few minutes to introduce you to our branch, then sir, you might be aware of that ICAI has always been a partners in nation building and GST was also launched on our CA day. And since then, ICAI has always took initiatives government in making the GST tax more simple. Apart from that, sir, Ahmedabad branch of WRC of ICAI is the second largest branch of India, having more than 12,000 chartered accountants and more than 30,000 CA students registered with us. Sir, by this you can understand that as the number of chartered accountants are more and also the students, so it is very much important and pertinent for branch to keep them providing with the webinars and services which help them to flourish in overall manner. Sir, if I just give you a brief of the initiatives which we as a branch take in the field of GST in specific, then we regularly keep on having the webinars on whichever latest judgment comes or whichever latest provision comes. Apart from that, we have learner series for the new chartered accountants who enter this field, where detailed discussion takes place by learned chartered accountant line by line reading. Apart from that, we also have advanced GST courses where if they want to excel in the field of GST till representation to department, they can get utmost benefit of the same. Sir, I would like to tell you that anytime any update comes, the learned team, expert team of Ahmedabad branch analyzes the same, and as soon as possible, promptly, we serve with the help of mail all the updates to our members also. And sir, you might be happy to notice that Ahmedabad branch started GST help desk, the benefit of which is not only being taken by chartered accountants, but also by public at large. There is a team of 30 to 35 dedicated chartered accountants who regularly get all the updates by our website. They are being solved, they are being moderated by experts, and then the replies are given. And sir, the same was inaugurated virtually by Shri Ajay Jain ji, Principal Chief Commissioner CGST, Ahmedabad. With these brief words, again, I thank you, Commissioner sir, to come to address us all with your team. Also thank associations and all the CP circles for joining. And a special thanks to our Secretary CA Bishan Shah for coordinating all this to bring all associations together, and not only bringing them together, for compiling all the queries and to present before you this particular wonderful session. So thank you, Bishan ji, also for such a wonderful session. And before I again hand over the charge to Bishan bhai, just would like to take a minute to tell you that Ahmedabad branch, apart from doing professional programs in this pandemic situation, can't miss out to forget on our CSR side. So Ahmedabad branch, along with Red Cross Society of Ahmedabad, has taken an initiative on a very large scale of having plasma donation. So many plasma donations are already being done, and a fruitful benefit of is given not only to the patients of Ahmedabad, but I can say all over the western region. So soon, Bishan bhai or me will forward all the documents and posters of that plasma donation to all the associations latest by tomorrow, and would request that if you can circulate in your fraternity, in our members, that it can always be a helping hand. In case they need plasma, we can be help of them. And in case they are eligible to donate the plasma, it will be a very fruitful CSR exercise for our fraternity. So with these words, again, I thank you all, and I hand over the charge to CA Bishan Shah. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman sir, for your kind and worthy words. Sir, Nagori sir, we would also like to say that initiative to have this type of webinar together, we understand that we chartered accountants and advocates are together on the same platform to make this GST a successful tax reform. And that's why, sir, we all are come together. We are with you how we can make a better compliance. And I just want to emphasize that in this knowledge dissemination, we have been always guided by so many advocates, and for the legal interpretation, we have taken help of them, and we stood shoulder to shoulder with each other and definitely with the department. So with this, now I request Vice President of CA Association, CA Monish Shah, to please give his words of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishan bhai. Thank you, Fennel sir. Thank you all the members who are present here, first of all. I'm sorry because the president of the Chartered Accountant Association is suffering from chikungunya, and for that reason he has not been able to attend the today's deliberation. I have been allotted that position to come up and fill in. Sir, as everyone has been telling you, we being the subset of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we have been working across Gujarat, specifically in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar and nearby areas, where we have around membership of around 1600 members who are working towards day in and day out on various topics, GST being one of them. The prime importance of the Chartered Accountant Association is that we are the representative body when it comes to making any representation to the department, whether it is for the betterment of the department or for any date extension issues that have been going across. We have always gone to the chief commissioners of both the wings and always helped them in getting the best out of it. We have always tried to even circulate the knowledge of GST among all the members by obviously implanting whatever necessary steps. We have our representative committee, as again we have every AAR that has been that comes across are being discussed on length. All the pros and cons are also being discussed on the same. Every month we have a webinar or a deliberation on GST matters. Not only that, we have gone a step further, and now all the accountants are also being trained by the Chartered Accountant Association with regards to their knowledge in GST, to make them so that the industry is compliant enough. And for that, we run a program called Accountant Plus. So these are some of the programs and some of the deliberations that we have been doing across. And I'm sure that with the association that we joined today, our growth will be very good in both the ways, academically as well as wherever required. We will be able to achieve the much needed goal and vision that you envisage, as well as the leadership development qualities that we have. With that, I think Bishan Bhai.
Yes, thank you, Monish Bhai, for your brief introduction. And now I request Advocate Bharat Sheth sir, who is the president of AGFTC, to give his opening remarks. Sir, you are mute. Sir, you are mute.
Okay, now I'm audible. Okay. Good afternoon, friends.
Yes, sir. Now audible. Audible.
Honorable Sri GST Commissioner Sri Naguri sir, President and Office Bearer of all the co-organizing association and participant friends. First of all, I congratulate Ahmedabad branch for joining all this association working in all over the Gujarat. Friends, subject chosen by this branch is also very important, because return is a pioneer thing, and assessment is always work out on the basis of the return. We all know that if returns are filed wrongly, then there will be big problem. And in past, we have we have faced all this, because some of the accountants or some of the consultant or professional has filed the return and show the export the sales in other column, and the refunds has been not issued till today. So the return and what is the compliance is a very much important. So the subject chosen by the branch is also a very good. Regarding AGFTC, All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants ની સ્થાપના 28 વર્ષ પહેલા કરવામાં આવી. મોફુસિલ એરિયામાં આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ કે નાના સેન્ટરો કે જ્યાં 25 થી 50 ટેક્સ પ્રોફેશનલ હોય એવા એરિયામાં એના એસોસિએશનને કોઈ એજ્યુકેશનલ પ્રોગ્રામ કરવો હોય તો ખૂબ મુશ્કેલ હોય છે, અને તકલીફ ઘણી બધી એવી પણ હોય છે કે સારા સ્પીકરને બોલાવવા હોય તો પણ નથી બોલાવી શકતા. તો એવા જે કંઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ હતા એ પ્રોબ્લેમ્સને ધ્યાનમાં રાખી અને 1992માં ફેડરેશનની સ્થાપના થઈ, અને એમનો મુખ્ય ઉદ્દેશ હતો મોફુસિલ એરિયાની અંદર કાર્યક્રમો કરવા અને મોફુસિલ એરિયાના મેમ્બરોને જ્ઞાન મળે એવા કામ કરવા. નાના સેન્ટરોની અંદર એસોસિએશનની ફાઇનાન્શિયલ પોઝિશન પણ ખરાબ હોય છે, આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ. તો 4 વર્ષ પહેલા ફેડરેશને એવો પણ નિર્ણય લીધો કે જે કંઈ મોફુસિલ એરિયામાં આવો કાર્યક્રમ થશે ત્યાં ફેડરેશન એમને 11,000 રૂપિયા અનુદાન આપશે એમના ખર્ચમાં સેટઅપ કરવા માટે. એ ઉપરાંત ફેડરેશન જે છે નાના સેન્ટરોની અંદરના જે કાંઈ પ્રશ્નો ઊભા થતા હોય છે, એમના મેમ્બરો એમના પ્રેસિડેન્ટ છે અમદાવાદ આવી અને એની રજૂઆત કરી શકતા નથી. તો એમના માટે પણ એમના જે કાંઈ પ્રશ્નો હોય એ પ્રશ્નો મેળવી કમિશનરની એપોઇન્ટમેન્ટ લઈ એમની સાથે જઈને એમના પ્રશ્નોની રજૂઆત કરવી એ પણ ફેડરેશનનો એકમાત્ર ઉદ્દેશ છે. મિત્રો, આ વર્ષે એક નવો કાર્યક્રમ પણ ફેડરેશને શરૂ કર્યો છે. આપણે શું જાણીએ છીએ કે જ્યારે કોઈ પણ નાના સેન્ટરમાં આપણે કાર્યક્રમોમાં જતા હોઈએ છીએ ત્યારે ઓફિસ બેરર્સ જે એસોસિએશનના હોય છે એ મોસ્ટલી ડાયસ પર હોય અને કાર્યક્રમ પૂરો થયા પછી લંચ અને ડિનર વખતે જ બાકીના મેમ્બરોને મળી શકતા હોય, અને એ વખતે પણ સિનિયર મેમ્બરો અને ઓફિસ બેરર એમની સાથે હોય ત્યારે નાનામાં નાનો મેમ્બર કોઈ રજૂઆત કરવા ઈચ્છતો હોય તો એ ઓફિસ બેરરને મળી શકતો નથી. અને એના માટે આ વખતે ફેડરેશન આપના દ્વારા નામનો એક કાર્યક્રમ અમે શરૂ કર્યો છે, જેમાં ફેડરેશનના ઓફિસ બેરર છે નાના નાના સેન્ટરોમાં જશે. અત્યારે COVID-19ના કારણે એ શક્ય નથી બન્યું, પણ અમે ઝૂમથી અત્યાર સુધીમાં ફેડરેશન આપના દ્વારા 2 કાર્યક્રમ કર્યા. ખૂબ જ સરસ રિસ્પોન્સ મળ્યો છે, અને એનું સેટઅપ પણ એવું છે કે કોઈ પણ એસોસિએશને કોઈ સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોગ્રામ કરવાની જરૂર નથી. એમની એન્યુઅલ જનરલ મિટિંગ હોય, કોઈ સ્ટડી સર્કલની મિટિંગ હોય, એમાં એ AGFTCને આમંત્રણ આપે. AGFTCના ઓફિસ બેરર્સ ત્યાં જશે અને એમની સાથે 1-to-1 ફેસ ટુ ફેસ ચર્ચા કરશે. કોઈ મુદ્દા હશે, કોઈ સજેશન્સ હશે, કોઈ ઇસ્યુ હશે તો એની રજૂઆત કરશે, સાંભળશે, એમનો કાર્યક્રમ માણશે અને પરત આવશે. તો આ એક કાર્યક્રમ આ વર્ષે આપણે ફેડરેશનમાં શરૂ કર્યો છે. અને ફેડરેશનનો આ વખતનો બીજો મોટો છે મેમ્બરશિપ ડ્રાઈવ. આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ જ્યારે ફેડરેશન શરૂ થયું ત્યારે ફેડરેશનની કાર્ય પદ્ધતિ ફક્ત ડાયરેક્ટ ટેક્સીસ પૂરતી હતી, પણ GSTનું ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટેશન થયા પછી અત્યારે GSTના લગતા પણ કાર્યક્રમો આપણે કરીએ છીએ. ઘણા બધા વેબિનારો આપણે અત્યાર સુધીમાં GSTને લગતા કર્યા. પણ નાના નાના સેન્ટરોમાં જે GST બાર એસોસિએશન છે એ ફેડરેશન સાથે જોડાયેલું નથી. તો અમારી એ પણ વિનંતી છે કે જે પણ સેન્ટરની અંદર GST બાર અથવા તો CA એસોસિએશન ફેડરેશન સાથે ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશનલ મેમ્બર તરીકે જોડાયેલું ન હોય એ લોકો આમાં જોડાય. ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશનલ મેમ્બરોને આ વખતે એન્કરેજ કરવા માટે અમે દરેક લોકલ એસોસિએશનના પ્રેસિડેન્ટને સ્પેશિયલ ઇન્વાઇટી તરીકે મેનેજિંગ કમિટીમાં ઇન્વાઇટ કર્યા છે, જેથી કરે તેઓ લાઇવલી ફેડરેશનની સાથે કામ કરી શકે. તો ફેડરેશનનું કામ જે છે એ ફક્ત એજ્યુકેશન આપવાનું છે, નોલેજ શેરિંગ છે, અને એમના પ્રશ્નો જે છે હાયર ઓથોરિટીએ સમક્ષ રજૂઆત કરવાનું છે. ફેડરેશન મોફુસિલ ક્ષેત્રે જ મેઇનલી કામ કરે છે. અમદાવાદમાં જે કંઈ આવા કાર્યક્રમો થતા હોય છે બધા એસોસિએશનમાં ત્યાં ઓર્ગેનાઇઝર તરીકે જોડાય છે. અને ફેડરેશને આ COVID-19ની અંદર અત્યાર સુધીમાં લગભગ 20 વેબિનાર ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ પર, અલગ વિષય પર અને GST પર કરેલા છે. એક ઓપન હાઉસ પણ આપણે CGST સાથે કર્યું, જેમાં બધા જ આ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝરો આપણે સાથે જોડાઈને આ કાર્યક્રમ કરેલ. તો ફેડરેશન વિશે આટલી ટૂંકી માહિતી આપું છું અને આયોજકોને ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન પાઠવું છું આજનો આ વિષય પસંદ કરવા માટે અને બધાને સાથે જોડવા માટે. આભાર.
Thank you very much, sir. As we are also running short of time, I request all other presidents to just give brief of their association, so Gandhinagar Commissionerate can also know about your role in making this reform successful. So I now request our senior Advocate Praveen Soni sir, who is President of GSTBA, to give his introduction. Soni sir, kindly.
Okay. Honorable Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir, Commissioner CGST Gandhinagar and his team, and dignitaries of all the associations joined for this webinar, and all professional brothers and sisters. It is a matter of proud for us to have the consent by the Honorable Commissioner and his team to discuss about the GST return issues and compliances. Sir, it would not be out of place to introduce our Gujarat Silsex Bar Association, which is having members, CA, advocates and practitioners, around 2,200 members and 19 associate members, and total strength of our association is around 5,000 members in Gujarat. Our association is established in 1954, and we are always representing the problems faced by our members from time to time before all the state and central authorities. We are publishing Silsex Journal, a mouthpiece of our association, since 1962, giving latest information about law, notification, circulars, articles, etc. Our association also run contributory judgment scheme having about 600 members since last 40 years, giving copies of judgments delivered by tribunal, high court and supreme court. Friends, we are also for the benefit of members having benevolent scheme in which on death of any member we pay around 4 lakhs rupees to the family of the deceased member. We heartily welcome CGST dignitaries and all the participants on this webinar and congratulate all the organizers to join all the association in such a form. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Suni sir. Now I request Advocate Sunil Keshwani ji, who is a president of Tax Advocate Association of Gujarat, to briefly introduce.
Thank you, Bishan ji. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, friends. Eminent Speaker, Commissioner CGST of Gandhinagar, Dr. Jitesh Nagori ji, other learned authorities from the department, Chairman of the Ahmedabad branch of WIRC of the ICI, President of all the organizing associations, Convener of Tax Advocate Association Varis Isani ji, seniors and friends, I welcome you all in this webinar on important discussion issues and compliances with regard to the GST returns. Friends, I represent the Tax Advocate Association Gujarat. Let me take this opportunity to introduce the association. Tax Advocate Association Gujarat is an association consisting of advocates only, who are registered with the Bar Council of Gujarat. It was established in the year 1975. It has been the endeavor of the association to disseminate knowledge to the members and public at large. We regularly organize seminars, symposiums, conferences, and thereby we try to create and foster an understanding between the taxpayers, the tax professionals, and the tax authorities. We facilitate the shaping of a clean and transparent and efficient government policy through effective representation to the authorities and public dialogue. So far as GST is concerned, we have been regularly holding educational programs for our members right from the time the Model Act was put in public domain. Many senior members of our association, including the convener Varis Isani ji, have been taking part in the awareness program for the trade and commerce under the leadership of various learned commissioners of GST. We highlight the issues faced by the taxpayers and the tax professional to the authorities. We share the knowledge from seniors through our e-journal, the TAG journal, which is published in an e-format every month. We organize public dialogue like open forum, open house, which enables and gives an opportunity to the taxpayers and the tax professionals on one hand and tax authorities on the other. We had the privilege of holding one open house which was chaired by the Principal Chief Commissioner Ajay Jain sir from the CGST and Special Commissioner Ajay Kumar sir from the SGST, who took the queries and resolved it in an open forum. Friends, you would appreciate that GST is a new act. There are a lot of teething issues, but correspondingly, we have a very receptive and a proactive government and the administration who are always very ready and keen to help. Today's event is one such event where we'll hear from the eminent speaker on the issue which is concerning all of us. I am sure that this deliberation would be a resourceful deliberation and it would be useful to all the associations. Lastly, I'll thank the chairman of the branch for organizing such a wonderful event and allowing all the associations of Gujarat in taking part in the same. Thank you. It is back to Bishan Bhai. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Advocate Sunil Keshwani ji. Now I request Advocate Ashutosh Thakkar sir, who is the President of Income Tax Bar Association of Ahmedabad. Sir.
बिशन भाई, थैंक यू वेरी मच. मैं यहाँ पे एक लाइन में इनकम टैक्स बार एसोसिएशन को एक्चुअली डिफाइन करना चाहूँगा. इनकम टैक्स बार एसोसिएशन इज एन ओल्डेस्ट एसोसिएशन इन इंडिया, इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन 1946 and I'm the actually 74th president of Income Tax Bar Association. Income Tax Bar ITBA is worked as a bridge of in between the department the member. We are इनकम टैक्स बार एसोसिएशन इनकम टैक्स के जो भी अपना रूल्स वगैरह हैं तो उसमें अपने 25 ईयर से अपना मिरर भी पब्लिश कर रही है. इनकम टैक्स बार एसोसिएशन में सीएस एंड जो अपने प्रैक्टिशनर्स हैं तो उसके मेंबर्स होते हैं हमारे.
Thank you very much, sir. And I would like to take a note here that post GST, our friends who are practicing in income tax, they also started practicing in GST because GST is a lifeline for all the business. And now I request CA Rutul Kansara, who is a convener of a CP study circle of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, to introduce the commissionerate, because the commissionerate consists of more than 37,000 taxpayers, and it is very much essential for all of us to know the Gandhinagar commissionerate. Rutul bhai, please.
Thank you, Bishan bhai. The roots and origin of at present Gandhinagar commissionerate belong to old Ahmedabad commissionerate, which was initially formed in 1971 on its separation from Baroda Commissionerate. Subsequently, further separations occurred in the years 1983 and 1992, and finally in 2002, last before the introduction of GST. Prior to GST regime, the commissioner was called Commissionerate Central Excise Ahmedabad 3. With the onset of GST regime, the commissionerate was renamed as Gandhinagar Commissionerate. The jurisdiction of the commissionerate at present consists of Gandhinagar, Sabarkantha, Aravali, Mehsana, Banaskantha and Patan, that is 6 districts of Gujarat. The commissionerate comprises 6 GST divisions, namely Gandhinagar, Himmatnagar, Kadi, Kalol, Mehsana and Palanpur. At present, total number of registered assessees under the commissionerate is around 37,018. Thank you, Bishan bhai. Over to you.
Thank you, Rutul bhai. Sir, Rutul bhai is convener of Mehsana CP Study Circle, and as we all are knowing that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India having branch in Ahmedabad, but we have a CP Study Circle in Gandhinagar, Mehsana, Himmatnagar and Palanpur. So we have invited all of them here so they can take the benefit. Now I request Shri Ashok Nair sir, a superintendent of Gandhinagar division, to give his presentation. Nair sir.
Bishan bhai, Jadbhai's help is needed.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to all the distinguished dignitaries. Please share the screen.
Bishan bhai, please allow me to share the screen, please.
Shehzad bhai, makes screen sharing allowed for all.
Yes, sir, it's allowed, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, you're audible. You're audible.
As the basic topic of today's webinar is pertaining to filing of 3B returns, and the difficulties faced by the trade, and simultaneously the facilitation we are providing for enabling the trade to file the 3B returns. So I will just go through this presentation, a small presentation. The first slide is about the mandatory provisions which mandates the filing of 3B returns. Section 39 of the CGST Act mandates the filing of returns. There are various type of categories mentioned in Section 39 which who are required to file the returns. But our concern today is only those taxpayers who are having turnover more than 1.5 crores and less than 5 crores. Similarly, having turnover more than 5 crores. This category of taxpayers are required to file the monthly GST 3B return. Since the other category of taxpayers are not concerned here, I am not going through it. Please, next, please. As you all might be aware that due to COVID pandemic, extension was given for filing of returns for the period from February 2020 to August 2020. But as of now, when the last date of filing for return for August 2020 was as exhausted on 1st October. And from now onwards, all the returns for taxpayers having turnover less than 5 crores have to be filed by 22nd of the subsequent month. That is for September, it is 22nd of October. And for those taxpayers who are having turnover more than 5 crore, it is the 20th of this month. As you all might be aware that department has introduced a SMS facility for filing of nil return, so those taxpayers who don't have any turnover, they can easily file their nil returns by using this SMS facility. And I think this facility should be people should be made aware of this facility, and it is very easy, and it can also help in compliance. Next. Again, regarding there is some late fees and interest during the period of COVID pandemic. The department had capped the late fee, which actually normally it is 50 rupees per day for return with tax liability, and rupees 20 per day for return with nil tax liability. But during this pandemic, the late fee was capped for rupees 500. But that facility, that limitation has been exhausted, because only this was applicable to only those people who filed their return before 30th September. Now, in case of any delay, the previous rates, that is 50 per day for with tax liability and rupees 20 for nil return. So I would request that everybody should be encouraged to file this return before the due date to avoid paying these late fees. Similarly, the rate of interest in normal course, that was reduced up to 9% for taxpayers who are having turnover less than 5 crore, up to if they paid the tax by 30th September. Similarly, and for taxpayers having more than 5 crore, the rate of interest was reduced to 9% if they paid their tax liability by 24 June. However, now this reduction of tax has been over. Now the normal rate of interest would applicable. So it is once again requested that it is better to encourage all the SSC to pay up their tax liability within the due date to avoid paying this interest. Now, from the departmental perspective, I would seek your attention on this slide, because we are targeting that the compliance should reach at least 95% our target is 90, if not 100%, at least 95% compliance in return filing. The rate of compliance for the preceding 3 years, that is 2017-18, 18-19, and 19-20, has been around 86 to 87%. But during this month, it is drastically low, and that is only 50%. So this is a area of worry, and all with the help of all you people, the associations, it would be very helpful that the awareness is people are made aware to make their compliance, at least those who are having nil turnover. Since there is an SMS facility, those people are encouraged to file this return. We can improve the compliance to a considerable level. I would like to also mention that in the recent 42nd meeting of GST Council, there is a proposal that the taxpayer having turnover of less than 5 crore, they will be only required to pay, file the return quarterly, and however the tax payment would be monthly. But this is going to be effective from 1st Jan 2021. So as of now, it is just sharing an information for another thing. I would seek the attention of all the participants on this slide. Here we want to inform that we have 2 special facilities introduced in our commissionerate. One is e-helpline desk. So all taxpayer who have any queries, they can file their queries in this helpline desk, and they can have their ticket number also, and they can trace the ticket number. And let me assure you that we will be very proactive in case you have any queries or assistance required. Similarly, we have also introduced a live Seva Kendra. You can see it on the bottom of the right hand side of your screen. And this is a very live facility. Any person having any query or grievance, they can also avail this facility, and it will be resolved on the real-time basis, because the department is constantly monitoring this facility, and we are more than eager to help you out if you are using this facility. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. As we know, Gandhinagar Commissionerate is a bigger commissionerate from Ahmedabad and Ahmedabad South or North, because through area it's much wider. And as there are 6 divisions, there are deputy commissioners and assistant commissioners. Now I request CA Irshad Sabugar, who is convener of Himmatnagar CP Study Circle, to make us aware about deputy commissioners and assistant commissioners in Gandhinagar Commissionerate. Sabugar, sir.
Thank you, Bijan bhai. Division wise posted ACs and DCs are Mr. Dharamraj Khatik, 2000 batch IRS, DC Kalol and Kadi. Miss Kriti Pandey, 2017 batch IRS, AC Gandhinagar. Mr. Renwat Singh Rathore, 2018 batch IRS, AC Mehsana and Palanpur. Mr. Narsiram R. Meena, 2018 batch IRS, AC Himmatnagar. This is all our divisional ACs and DCs. Thank you, Bisan bhai.
As we are knowing, know your customer, it is know your officer, and bonding between all of us will definitely give us a great success. So now I request Dharmaraj sir and all other ACs to please have a few words. Kriti ma'am.
Dharmraj Khatik sir, please, if you can start. Sir, is
Okay, mic was off. That's why. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dharmraj Khatik, Deputy Commissioner, holding charge of Kadi and Kalol divisions, having jurisdiction of Kalol Taluka of Gandhinagar district and Kadi Taluka of Mehsana district. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Kriti Pandey. I am holding the charge of Assistant Commissioner Gandhinagar Division. My division includes the entire Gandhinagar city as well as the outskirts of the city and also the talukas of Dehgaam and Mansa. And I would just like to add that all our officers here are very forthcoming, and everyone, all the taxpayers and you as the representatives of the various taxpayers, you are always welcome to approach our office through whatever means, through telephone, through our phones or through our emails or even at our office. We would be very eager, we all are very welcoming here, and we would like to invite your suggestions as well as any inputs that you would like to give us, any queries that you would want that should be resolved at our level. All taxpayers and all the representatives are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, Revat sir.
Good evening, all of you. Myself, Janvat Singh Rathore, holding charge of Mehsana and Palanpur division. Mehsana and Palanpur divisions are having district of Mehsana, Palanpur, and then Patan district. I always welcome whatever the queries, whatever the clarifications required from the trade associations. They are most welcome at all. We always 24/7. We are having service to you. So I welcome all of you. We will remain with you, department and this, whatever the taxpayers, whatever the trade associations, whatever the tax practitioners associations. We will, whatever the available sources are there, we will definitely helpful to you. Always most welcome to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Meena sir, NR Meena sir. Sir, kindly unmute yourself. Sir, unmute. Kindly unmute yourself. Shahzad bhai, NR Meena sir is required to be in.
Just a second.
I guess, Meena sir, are you able to get yourself unmute? Kriti ma'am, if you can introduce him.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
Sir, you can speak,
Yeah,
please.
mute.
Hello. You are audible, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Myself, NR Meena, Assistant Commissioner, CGST, Himmatnagar. My area of the division is Sabarkantha and Aravalli district. My 2 ranges sitting at Gandhinagar and 3 ranges at Himmatnagar. The area of our Himmatnagar division is Talod, Prantij, Aravalli district, and Eider and Vadali, Khed-Brahm, Vijayanagar, Poshina, and the all districts of Himmatnagar and Aravalli district. Our area is mostly the assessees there are the 5,000 assessees are there of CGST, and SGST assessees are 13,000. Mostly our commodities are in tiles, plastics, agriculture tools, and dairy products also. Or in other words, any कोई एसोसिएशन या कोई भी सीए एसोसिएशन या किसी को भी कोई दिक्कत हो तो मेरे पास तुरंत फोन करें और हम सब जो भी प्रॉब्लम है जो रिटर्न फाइल है या कोई भी दिक्कत है या रिफंड संबंधी कोई भी दिक्कत हो तो मेरे से तुरंत कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। ऑल सीए एसोसिएशन या चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट या लीगल जो कंसल्टेंट, ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड एसएससी, सब कोई भी किसी भी टाइम मेरे को फोन करके और कोई भी सहायता के लिए हम तैयार बैठे हैं हमेशा के लिए। ओके, थैंक्स।
Thank you very much, sirs, for such a kind cooperation and showing your kind heart to all of us. Now I request CA B.K. Chavda, sir, who is the convener of Gandhinagar CP Study Circle, to introduce our today's learned guest, Shri Dr. Jitesh Nagori, sir. Chavda, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir hardly need any introduction, but still by protocol we have to give the introduction. So Dr. Nagori sir is a 1996 batch IRS, and by qualification sir is MA and PhD. He began his career in department as an assistant commissioner. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes, audible.
Yes. Please. He began his career in department as an assistant commissioner in Pune Commissionerate, and we are lucky that his most of the tenure he served in Ahmedabad zone. Sir, before joining the Gandhinagar Commissionerate as an additional commissioner, sir has been there for 6 years as an additional commissioner in Sistat Ahmedabad. Then sir joined as an additional commissioner Gandhinagar in November 2018. And during his tenure in Gandhinagar itself, sir has been promoted as a commissioner, and sir resumed the charge as a commissioner in Gandhinagar Commissionerate from 291119. And right now we have just honorable and loving, caring and helpful commissionerate with us. So with this brief introduction, I hand over the charge to our Bishan Bhai.
Thank you, Chavda sir. And as we all are knowing our commissioner, Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir, we also have his services in tribunal also. Sir, words are very small, your actions are louder. So I now request you to please take the charge, sir. Nagori sir.
Thanks, Bishanji, for all the kind words. Actually, I don't deserve for so many. First of all, a very, very good afternoon to all the dignitaries of all the associations which have been gathered. Shri C.A. Fenil Shah ji, Bishanji always, then Shri Bharat Sheth, President AGFTC, Shri Sunil Keshavani, President PAG, Shri Praveen Soni, President GSTBA, Shri Ashutosh Thakkar, Advocate, President ITBA, and all other dignitaries whom I am not taking name and who have joined. And it is a real, it's a great fortune for me. It's a real this thing, big thing for us as a department that so many tax associations, etc., are gathered today to discuss this issue. Before going to the main issue, what this we are going to discuss today, I would like to convey all the best wishes from our Principal Chief Commissioner, Shri Ajay Jain sir. Actually, I requested him a couple of days back if he could spare some time for inaugurating the session. But since he was busy for today, so he said he will not be able to do it today, but he has conveyed his best wishes. And definitely in our whatever next session we'll be having, he will be joining us. So before this return compliance or all the issue, what we are facing and what exactly we want to know from the trade, I would like to just draw attention because it's a platform you have offered to me and almost all the associations who are dealing with the taxpayer in the Gandhinagar Commissionerate in the jurisdiction of North Gujarat, they are here. So I'd like to just mention certain taxpayers related reforms or facilitation or certain facilities. I'll just be sharing 4 things which we have initiated in the Commissionerate of Gandhinagar for the facilitating the trade taxpayers. And these 4 things, we are the first commissionerate in the CBIC in the department who have initiated these 4 things for all of you. And just today I'm just taking the opportunity just to discuss with you, to inform you. So at least my purpose is that the maximum number of taxpayers, if they can be aware about that, it should reach to them. So first thing what we are going to start, we have issued a trade notice today next Friday onwards, we will be having an open webinar with all the taxpayers in North Gujarat. Taxpayer, we have issued this trade notice we have issued. We already shared the link in the trade notice that we are going to upload on our website, that we are going to already uploaded on our Twitter account. This webinar is open for all the taxpayers, all the representative of the taxpayers, and we are looking for your active participation, because in the COVID pandemic, we think it is not feasible for all of you to, any taxpayer to go to this Seva Kendra and etc. So now in the virtual this thing, from every Friday from 11 to 11:40, I will be sitting here. I will be directly interacting with the taxpayers and with all representatives for any grievance, suggestion, etc. you have. And we are always ready to resolve whatever the problem you are having. So my request in this regard, if you can make it to reach to the maximum number of the taxpayer association to take the benefit of any suggestion, query, etc. grievance, we'll be taking care of that in a weekly open webinar on every Friday, 11 to 11:40. That is the first thing which we are going to do this thing. Now, second concept, already my officer has explained you regarding the Live Seva Kendra. We have developed a dynamic website. Recently, we have this relaunched a new website for the department, for the commissionerate. And there we are having the facility of Live Seva Kendra, that is in mode of virtual chat. We have designated one of the officer exclusively for the purpose as a virtual assistant to the taxpayers. The facility has been provided that if any taxpayer is having any problem, issue, grievance, etc., he can chat with the departmental officer and the solution will be provided immediately. For any of the reason, if something is beyond the officer, if you are having any problem, issue, if you are raising it, if you are any issue, then you leave the message, the things, it will reach to us by mail and we will come back to you. So that is the second facility which I want the taxpayer and the CE representative, if they want to avail, they should avail it for the benefit of the taxpayer. That is a Live Seva Kendra. Please avail the facility. It is for the taxpayer's benefit. Third thing, what we have now, that also has been explained to you. We have developed the facility of raising the ticket number and tracking the status of the complaint. This is also we have developed at our local website, which is not provided in any other website of the department. So here, if any taxpayer, etc., is having any issue, any problem, you are free to visit the website. You please raise the ticket. You please lodge your grievance, raise the ticket. And once the ticket has been raised, this will be followed by the department in a very proper manner. We will be providing you the status of the whatever the complaint you have lodged. You will be able to track it. So you will have the idea exactly what is going on and what's not, what is the status. So that is another third initiative which we have taken for the benefit of the taxpayers. And the fourth is the Kar Mitra. That is another initiative taken by the Gandhinagar Commissioner. Here we are trying just to associate a common taxpayer, a common citizen of the country, want to associate with the department. Here we are having a designated mobile number which is having the WhatsApp facility. And we have requested all the taxpayers, all the citizens, even we want to add the citizen, because something if you want, every citizen, I think we believe it is a tax friend. He can be a Kar Mitra. With that concept only, we are going on this thing. So if someone is having any information for the department, if any being a honest taxpayer, if it is responsible taxpayer, if he finds anything hanky-panky, anything wrong, anything goes there, you please feel free. We have the dedicated WhatsApp number. Please share with us. Audio, video, we have the email ID also for given in that Kar Mitra. So there, if anything comes to us, it will be helpful for us for imposing or just for ensuring the proper tax compliance. So these 4 steps which I would like to bring through your notice to through your notice or from your channel to all the taxpayers. So they should be aware and they can take the benefit of all this facility which we have initiated in the Gandhinagar as a first of commissioner in the CBIC, and we are requiring help, association, assistance from all of you to make it successful, because developing for the purpose for the developing this facility is just to facilitate, facilitate the taxpayer, just to help them. So these are my first thing which were my concern and was looking for long to share with all of you. Now I come to the main this issue what we have taken for today. GST return compliance. Actually, this issue is going since long, quite long. And the return filing percentage, whether it is for the GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B, it is a matter of concern, it is a matter of worry for the department, because whatever the data are coming at all India level, I am not talking about the commissioner level. Commissioner level, I'll talk subsequently. Whatever the data we are getting all India level, these are not that, you can say, satisfactory. The compliance of GSTR 3B, because you know, all know GSTR 3B is the main returns. Definitely one and all returns, but because the 3B becomes more important from the view of this revenue, because it is generating the revenue for the department, and the department is more concerned about the 3B. If the timely 3B returns have been timely filed, the government get whatever the due, whatever the revenues due to the government can get in the within the time. And on the same hand, because I don't say anyone is not filing the return with whatever the reason willingly, because everyone may, the trade may have certain issues. I'm not going on that part, but there are heavy interest charges, penal charges, etc. even on the taxpayer also if he fail to file the return within the time. I'm not going on all this provision, etc., because you all are learned people, you are handling this date thing, you know what are the dates and what are not. Being the department, we were working for since long effectively in the Gandhinagar. We are trying for last 3 to 4 months how to improve our return compliance. And this, as a department, we have discussed so many times, because for the taxpayer in the Gandhinagar Commissionerate, the compliance is only 85%. It was for the last year 2019-20. I'm talking about the 3B. The compliance was 85%. And now if I go to the data for this year 2020-21, I know initial few months are tough for the trade because of the pandemics and the economic activities were slowed down. Everything going on that part. I agree on that part. Even now, slowly, we are expecting the things are resuming. And the return filing percentage are, I say it's not that better, but slowly we are finding some improvement in that, because when we are monitoring the return filing, etc., from the revenue angle, we are just dividing this thing in two parts. One thing, we are always monitoring closely the taxpayers who are major taxpayers who are contributing to the revenue share, which are our first priority. So there are around 500 taxpayers which we are having in the entire jurisdiction of North Gujarat. And second category, all other taxpayers, because the compliance is equally important for them also, not from the revenue trend, but from the compliance portion, that is quite important. And what are the data I am having with me as on date? Taxpayer having 90% who are contributing this major revenue. The compliance is 90% for this financial year 2020-21. And for all other taxpayers, I'm talking in terms of small taxpayers who are not in the top distinct taxpayers, the compliance is around 77%. So what now CBIC is also working hard on that part. We are also working hard on that part. Now our target, what we are having a target for us, we want to make it reach this compliance as far as the major taxpayers is there to 100% by December. And for the other taxpayers also, we are looking for that the compliance should reach at least 95%, but till December, because as on date, we are in the month of October, and we are expecting another 3 months will be good for the economy, and we will be able to come back at least to the quite certain level of the normalcy. Because last 3 months, obviously the second quarter was better than the first quarter. I'm not saying first quarter was there, and I hope the third quarter will be more better. It will be better than the second quarter also, and we will be able to reach somewhere on that percentage of 75%. So what I was telling, because in the department I was discussing with my officer for last 3-4 months, we have undertaken a lot of drives also, we have issued action plans also, but everything was there from the departmental angle. I'll come to you what department is trying to understand doing all these things. Before that, I'll say, so I thought I wanted to know from the taxpayer angle also, because CA and other consultants, they are having the primary role, I say the major role in the return compliance, because you are the bridge between the department and the taxpayer. Taxpayer may not be aware about the compliance, but you are being the learned, you are the specialist person in this field. So compliance, your role is quite crucial. So my thing was there, that was the reason when I was thinking on this whole issue, I thought to have a webinar type of interaction with all of you. So where I can communicate from the departmental side also what we are looking for, what we are planning to think and all that. And I just want to know from the your side also, from the taxpayer side, from the consultant side, and from CS side, and all other these people who are just facilitating the taxpayer in the filing the return, what exactly are the issues which are debarred, which are just stopping the compliance to reach up to the certain level. So that was the reason to just I requested to Bishanji, and he was quite kind enough that initiated, he immediately acted on my request and he organized, and I requested him to at least other association also can join. And I said, if your local center also can join us, then it will be more fruitful for us, because ultimately we are the person who can ensure the compliance at the local level. So I'm really thankful for all of these things. So whatever these things you have given the platform, now departmental side, I told you all the stats, etc. I'm not going on the due dates, etc. Now what we are thinking, what we are planning, what we are going to do. I think you all may be aware about the SOP issued by the CBIC in the month of December regarding the return compliance. And we have prepared the action plan in view of the CBIC return compliance. So before coming to the CBIC compliance, 2-3 initiative what we have taken, and we have just want to another thing I want to just share with you. Our Seva Kendra we have directed to be quite alert and active. All the local divisions, etc., all outside divisions are having the Seva Kendra at their local level. They have been directed to provide all kind of assistance to the taxpayer or any person who wants to go for any kind of help in respect of filing the returns. So Seva Kendra have been given the specific job. If you find, any of you find that someone has visited to Seva Kendra, he did not get the adequate response, he did not get the proper assistance, you are always welcome to communicate to me, because that is the basic purpose of Seva Kendra, is to assist the taxpayer. Otherwise, there is no need of any Seva Kendra. So my first this thing on your part, at least the Seva Kendra have been given the job. I had already told live Seva Kendra, other facility which you initiated here, that also can be availed by the taxpayer. Another thing what we are going to initiate here, like on the term of, like all are aware about that, CBDT is just issuing the appreciation letter to the people who are paying the tax, contributing to the exchequer, paying their tax honestly and contributing that. So here also, and I'm talking about the Gandhinagar Commissioner level, it's not talking about the CBIC level. I'm talking Gandhinagar Commissioner. From next year onwards, for 2020-21, we are going to identify a few taxpayers who have really contributed in the exchequer well, who are compliance are quite good, or there is no other issues are there. We are going to issue appreciation letter. So such these kind of taxpayers who are contributing to exchequer and who are discharging their duties as a taxpayer, as a citizen of India, which is expected from them to do. So that is another thing which we are under trying to do that. Now, what I am trying to tell about this non-filing issues, because my concern, because there are a certain lot of taxpayers are there who are habitual non-filer. So now we have undertaken 2 or 3 exercises in the commissionerate, like the taxpayers who were inactive for months together, who are not filing the returns. So we have already initiated the cancellation drive, and we have cancelled around 3,500 such registrations which did not file any return for more than 6 months and who did not respond even after issuing the GSTR 3 years. So this kind of 3,500 we have all cancelled the registration. Now what we are trying to do, because you have already seen the SOP which says, in case, because I think you all are getting a reminder, all the taxpayers are getting the reminder from the system before the 3 days of the filing of the return, advance reminder, and all of this thing, taxpayers who are not filing the return by due date, they are also getting the reminder from the DG system. So here we are not doing anything, you may be getting, because that directly the DG system is handling, so that will be getting. Now the instruction or what we are doing here, and this is a legal course available, because after pursuing on all these things, suppose someone is not filing the return, because now we have initiated from last month onwards, if someone is not filing the return within 5 days of the due date, then we are issuing now GSTR 3A notice invariably. Initially we have started with the major taxpayers, then we'll try to cover the small taxpayer. and then even after 15 days of the GSTR 3, you are aware in the law, if he is not filing the return, then now we have started. Last year we have did 60, 70, 80 cases of 62 assessment, assessment 13 batch judgment. This year we are going to increase its number. Suppose even after issuing issuing the notice GSTR 3A, some of the taxpayers are not filing the return or whatever the reason, then we are going for the section 62 assessment. And then I know that 62 assessment is always a matter of dispute, because maximum cases are what I, from my own experience, I find 62 assessment, batch judgment assessment is a batch judgment of the department, which is never agreed upon by the taxpayer. I am aware on that part. And even last, because I'm talking about my earlier experience, a lot of cases we found even after issuing 62 assessment, this order, assessment 13, many people have not filed the return within 30 days. Now, if you are filing the return within 30 days, notice is null and void, over. This but even now there are two situations. If someone has not filed the return even after the 30 days of the section 62 assessment, if he is filing the return after 30 days of the assessment, then I'm sorry, but the assessment becomes the final, because this is the verdict of a few high court in the last 1 or 2 months, 3 or 4 high court has given the verdict. In that situation also the 62 assessment, batch judgment assessment becomes final, and the only recourse available to the taxpayer is to get it reversed, to appeal to challenge the assessment in the appeal and get it reversed. And even he is not filing after 30 days, something like that, then it becomes a recoverable under the section 79 as a due of the this from the taxpayer. Definitely, I would like to say we are not willing to go for section 62, a batch judgment assessment. It is a headache for it, is creating a lot of work. We are not willing. That is the reason first we are trying with all other methods. At least if the return compliance has been done, we are, because the board SOP also, board instructions are also there, first to persuade them, facilitate them, all the taxpayer. If there any issue, we are always ready to them. But the compliance, if for all of the reasons, if the compliance is not coming, then these are the recourses left for the department to secure the revenue interest. Another thing what I'm trying to say, because the instructions are even also there, 29, you all are aware, 6 months is not filed, it is going to be cancelled. And one more thing, that what we are this thing, if 83 also attachment we have not done. Now one thing which I am looking for all of you to want to address, we have undertaken one, because we are having one data analysis cell in the commissioner, and we have undertaken analysis of certain data, and we found around 500 email IDs where more than 10 of taxpayers were registered on single email ID. And you will not believe, around 20 email IDs were there where more than 100 taxpayers are there on a single email ID. Now we have undertaken a drive in the commissioner, and where my request is to the CA association and all the consultant association, because now it is required for us to find out. There may be two situations. One situation, it may be fake. That is one of the situation, it may be fake. Because a person who is doing, he may be one ID, because in the past also we have booked certain cases on this. And the second situation what we have find, because in some of the, like one of the 2-3 ID we found there are 250 taxpayers, 300 taxpayers. And we have analyzed this 250 taxpayers, 300 taxpayers. We found many of the taxpayers have not filed the return. And for the sample test check, 2-3 cases we tried to contact to the assessee, to the taxpayer, and a few cases we found the taxpayer is not aware that his return is not being filed. That is one thing. Now what the limitation I am facing, because whatever the reminders are going from the DG system, etc., all reminders are going to the CA or any other, this you can say consultant. There are situations because the person, because at your professional level, you may be overburdened so many times because handling so many clients. I don't find that there may be certain things may be there, because even after putting your best, there may be some cases where you are not able to do it on the time because your all number of clients overburdened. So this year, so we have initiated a drive in our, because as per GSTR registration 13, there should be registration format. There should be email ID of the company's taxpayer also and his mobile number also. We are not interested in mobile number, we are interested in the email ID. So we have shared the detail with our officer in the field, and we have requested them to whose email ID is registered. You please talk to them, you verify two things, whether these all registrations are genuine, whatever showing his email ID. Second thing, we have requested him to provide the individual email ID of the taxpayer. So at least we can ensure two things. One thing, the taxpayer is genuine. And the second thing, what we have initiated, we have developed a central data bank also here. We are planning to send a notice in the term, I will say intimation to all of these people who are not on the department's net, because system is not saying there any intimation to them. At least we want to communicate to them also, the real taxpayer, कि your returns are not being filed, so please you pursue your matter with your either indirectly or with your consultant. At least if he pursue with you his case in some cases and this thing, so the compliance can be a bit better, it can be improved. So when our field officer have contacted in few cases, so they were not given the positive response from, I think, in the local chapter. So my request with all of you, this is for the updation of the data. We just want to make it sure that there is no fake firm is working under any email ID. We should not be there. That is the cleaning this thing. And for the improvement of the compliance, we want to now add the taxpayer also to inform him that his returns are filed, not filed, etc. We just want to catch this thing to make our reach to the real taxpayer also. And with this thing, and for this access, I want the assistance, I want the help, a proactive help from all of you. So my request to all of you, if you can help our field officers to find this, it will be a great for us. It will be improve the compliance, and it will be, because few cases we even found which were dummy units, bogus unit, paper units, and you all are aware in the GST era, for the department, this paper unit, dummy unit is a big headache. And every other day we are countering such cases or such units. So for this purpose also, it is very much required for us to find out these things. So here in this regard, I will be requesting to all of you to just cooperate with the officers. And one more thing, because now you know this, till we are talking GSTR 3B 1st January onwards, GSTR 1 is going to be equally important, all of you, because now 3B will be auto-populated. So at least we can ensure, or you from your side only, you can just sensitize your taxpayer, all the taxpayers, your clients, that apart from GSTR 3B, now the GSTR 1, because the GSTR 1 compliance or what the filing percentage is quite lower than the GSTR 3B, because that shows many taxpayers are there who are not filing 3B. They are not filing 1, they are filing 3B. So now if any client, if you have any such client, at least you can ask them, because now the 3B is going to be auto-populated from January 21 onwards. So at least now 3B, if they are not filing, that should be filed, that also. And these are some things which we are trying this thing. And my basic purpose to ask, to interact with all of you, these are my things from the department. We are always ready. Our priority is to just facilitate any difficulty, any issue. We are always at your service. We are always at your help for the taxpayers' help. But we are looking for a compliance, better compliance for the country, because you all know the first 6 months were not good for the country. Economy is in the deep trouble. Now, being the citizen of India, it's because you know there are a lot of expenditure government is having on the medical front, on the defense front, and as a citizen, responsible citizen of India, I would like to request to all of you, at least if we can improve the compliance, definitely the compliance will improve the revenue collection. And because now it is next 6 months, it is going to be a lot of requirement. The government is requiring the fund badly to handling all the expenditure to all the requirements. And being the citizen of India, it is our responsibility, prime responsibility. And when you are the bridge between the taxpayer and the department, your responsibility and your role becomes more crucial and more important to get it facilitated. So with this thing, I can say thanks. And now I'll be requesting for all of you. I'm more interested to learn about problem if you facing anything in the filing the return. If you want to have any suggestion, if you want anything, you can say how to improve the compliance. I'll be really appreciating and I'll be really happy. So thanks again to all of you, and thanks Vishenji. Please.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wholehearted support which you have shown us. Your initiative in Commissionerate, I guess it's one of its kind in whole India, so far as taxpayer-friendly approach, or I can say Karmitra approach, and tax technology, the way you are analyzing the data and helping the country in catching out those tax evaders. Sir, at this platform, we would like to inform you that we are not with such type of tax offenders. But yes, there are certain difficulties due to this pandemic, to the people at large, to the people at business, and that's why this compliance level is much lower. And as you are also aware that we got the survey notices of the 1450 from 1415 to 1718 year of service tax, comparing those figures. So people are busy in complying that also. But for that also, I request you to not to push much, because now the date has been extended to 31st December, and there are certain persons, so far as the Mehsana is concerned, I came to know that there were notices which has been served to doctors for the interest which they have earned. So if those notices which has been served can be drop in a bunch, then I guess people, the doctors basically who are serving at the front in this pandemic, they will be benefited. Now we will start our question answer session. So if anyone has any query, then please do write it in a chat box. We have collected certain questions, and I now request Monish Bhai to start with the first question. Monish Bhai.
Vishanji, can I just reply your this
yes, sir, yes.
query you
Yes,
raised?
sir. Yes, sir.
See, there are two categories, because now I will make you very clear. We are getting the data from the DG system. One category is the taxpayers who are registered with the service tax, and the difference amount which is maybe or may not be liable for service tax. Second category is unregistered taxpayers who are not registered with the department, and this category involve doctors, even advocates, legal professional, money lender, etc. all these things. So as far as the second category is concerned, like you are seeing the doctors, etc., I am 200% sure, because the instructions are quite clear. Even we have removed all such names from the list. We are not inclined to issue any blind show cause notice to someone, to anyone. Instructions are quite clear to all the field formations. You, if any reason of doubt, not from doctor, I'm saying, because in the what data we are having, that shows the category also. So we have excluded doctor and all these things. If any other professional like a contractor or something is there, we want to verify, you just call for the documents, you verify. If there is a liability, you issue the show cause notice. If there is no liability, you will not go for that. But I assure you, no blind show cause notice will be issued by the department in this regard. That much at least for this.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And members present here, if you have any case, then please contact a commissionerate or a divisional officer for their help if something has happened. So now, Monish Bhai, please, you can start with the first question.
Good evening, everyone. And sir, as you rightly said, that the email addresses and the mobile contact details, most of them belong to the tax consultants or the professional brothers. Sir, in the similar manner, we would also request you that all the information of all the officers and their contact details should be shared in the public domain, which is not available right now. So it becomes very difficult for us even to contact or email or even call up the officer. So in this pandemic situation, we obviously cannot visit the office every time. So it becomes really difficult at times because we do not have any contact details, and whatever landline numbers are there, those are not working or are not being answered. So I'm not stating for Gandhinagar or any specific commissionerate, but I'm talking about every commissionerate in general. Moving to the first question, the tax liabilities and the IT comparison, the ITC comparison table online is for the financial year 1920 is only up till June 20. Now the issue that occurs is that because the CBCE had already extended the due date for filing of the GSTR1, the moment it becomes static in June 2020. After that, if anybody has filed those returns, those are not considered. Now, because of that reason, the issue is that a lot of ITCs get blocked because we are not able to see it. Because of that 10% comes into picture. Even the ITC comparison table and now they newly introduced 2B. I don't know that 2B whether still remains to be valid or not. But then in the month, because there is no act which specifies that. So 2B and 2A, again, those reconciliations to be made. So these are all difficult issues that and that is one of the reasons why you are seeing a lot of less compliance. So any thoughts on those sir?
Monish Bhai, as you are aware that this is the policy decision, I can say that I request sir to forward the same to council or CBIC for the betterment of the businesses. Thank you. Varis Bhai, if you can go with the second one. Nagori sir, if you want to put some light on the first question which has been posted by Monish Bhai.
Because what I understood from because the query was not much clear, but what I can find out from that, what he's trying to say. Suppose you have received any invoice or any material, this invoice in the month of March, you have taken the credit, but the supplier has not uploaded on one, supplier has uploaded on one in the month of June, you are saying after the gap of 3 months. So I think what I try to understand by reading the query, he says that it will be reflected in the this 2 of the June month, it will not reflected in the month of March, because the invoice belongs to the month of March, since it has been filed under GSTR1 after 3 months by the supplier. It is reflecting for the month of June, not in the month of March. If it is the same query or something different, what I try to understand. Same, I think. If it is the same, so this is a procedural software system issue, and we have already taken this matter with the DG system, because this is a systematic issue, because a lot of things, because even while working on the system, a lot of things are coming to us, and we are on ourselves either getting certain feedback from the trade. We are referring this matter to the DG system for necessary amendment in the software. So this point, what I understood, we are going to recommend this point to the DG system, ki whatever the invoice date or is there, month is there, irrespective of filing in the GSTR1 for any other month, it should be reflected for the GSTR2A for the month for which it was raised. What I am understanding, we will forward to the GSTR DG system for the incorporation.
Varis Bhai, if you can now take the second. Varis Bhai?
Sir, you are not muted.
Yeah.
Varis Bhai, you are muted.
Yes. Yes, Vishan Bhai.
Yes, Varis Bhai, you can.
The second question is, as per Rule 36(4), ITC can be claimed only to the extent of 10% more than the ITC reflected in GSTR 2A. But small taxpayers are quarterly filers, from which purchases are more than 10% of the total purchases. So there is lot of problem regarding claim of ITC, of which is reflected after quarter. In that case, there is blockage of money and mismatch in ITC comparison. Now this is the rule as stand today. Now the same problem is lies that what the 42nd GST Council meeting is taking the decision about filing the quarterly returns for the persons, those who are having turnover of less than 5 crore rupees. Now in that case also, the majority of the taxpayer, if we compare the total taxpayer, they are having the turnover of less than 5 crore rupees. So the same issue will also arise in future also about this mismatch of this Rule 36(4). Again, Bishan Bhai, this is a decision which is not required to be taken at the present forum or by the commissionerate level. But this is the question which has been posed by the queries for the discussion.
Nagori sir, if you want to add something.
Basically, already you are know this is a policy decision, this problem is persisting since the Rule 36(4) was incorporated, and many tax forums and many taxpayer associations have already taken up the issue with the department, with the CBIC, with the GST Council also. And recently, in the 42nd GST Council, they have taken a call. Now they have taken a call regarding the monthly payment and the quarterly return. So I think the government is aware about the difficulty faced by the taxpayers. We will have to wait for the mechanism, because once the GST Council has taken some call, the government is coming with a mechanism how it will work. So let's hope if the government is coming that with the payment, if you are uploading the invoices and the receiver can avail the credit, let's wait how this facility of filing the quarterly return and paying the monthly is going to be implemented. Maybe government aware that this your grievance or this issue can be resolved by the government while notifying this decision of the GST Council. What I feel, but anyway, means that it's already taken up by different forums to the government. It's under active consideration. What I feel.
Sir, what we requested that from your good office, if you can, because this scheme will also again implemented from 1st of January about this less than 5 crores turnover. From your good office also, you can make certain suggestions on this aspect from your level, that this problem or this situation will again cropped up, because now the turnover of this 5 crore limits will be there from 1st of January. So the majority of the taxpayer are having the turnover of less than 5 crore rupees. So there will be a number of taxpayers who will be added in this scenario, Lordship. I mean, Your Honor. So as far as this issue is concerned, if your good office can represent to the GSTN Council to have the better facilitation of the resolving the issue.
Definitely, we'll send this suggestion to the CBIC for proper this implementation, etc. For consideration, we'll send a suggestion to CBIC. Definitely from our side, we'll send suggestion to CBIC.
Because the problem is such in this kind of taxpayer, the person, those who are purchasing from there, they are insisting that you will have to file monthly return only, otherwise we will not make transactions with you. This is the practical difficulty faced by the taxpayer.
Because now
even though they are, yes, Your Honor.
Now, because now this 5 crore turnover, I feel it is going to be mandatory quarterly turnover for people having less than 5 crore. Once it's mandatory, then there is no option. And definitely, I think government should take some call on this genuine problem of the taxpayer regarding when they are not able to take the credit immediately on the invoice, whatever the tax they have paid. I hope we'll forward from our side, and I hope this will be resolved by the government while notifying this all the procedure of the GST Council. Hope will be resolved. We'll send from our side.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Waris bhai, and thanks, sir, because it's a genuine problem, and as government wants to promote small businesses, it will be hindrance to those small businesses. Now, the third question is ITC comparison table does not consider ITC reverse during the month. It doesn't deduct credit reverse during the month from the total credit claim during the month. Because of that, comparison table is not reflecting correct difference. So I guess this is also a policy decision and problem with GST and portal. So sir, if you can highlight it, it will be a great help from all of us, to all of us.
In fact, this issue was detected by us in the month of July because we undertaken GST return scrutiny, and while matching different kind of record, we already noticed this issue, and the suggestion was raised to send to system in the month of July only. We'll again send a reminder. We already sent this issue from the departmental side only. There should be some mechanism where this kind of entry could be accommodated, where we have sent suggestion about the credit note and debit note also. So we'll send the suggestion again because already it was sent in the month of July. I'll send it again, means from the trade side also we'll send it. Trade is also facing a lot of problem. We'll send it.
Yes, sure, sir. Monish bhai, if you can take it, the next one.
Sir, the revocation applications and the suo motu cancellation cases are pending since a long period of time. And because of that, even after the taxpayer, yes, he's had certain issues, and that was the reason he could not file it, but has now paid all the taxes, has paid all the penalties as well. So, I mean, the late fees. So in this regards, sir, if some automated system or something could be introduced, or probably all the pending revocation application can be cleared ASAP, then the taxpayer will be able to do his business in a normal manner. Because what happens is, if his GST number is cancelled, the system will show that it is not active, and because of that, lot of business is lost to him.
Yeah, your problem is quite genuine. I would like to just make certain comments on that. The assistant commissioner of the division is the proper officer to revoke the registration. So any pending application of the registration will be shown in the task menu of the assistant commissioner of the division. Now the requirement, because you are saying, I presume that some taxpayer has paid all the this tax, interest, everything, liability has cleared. Even then his revocation has not been addressed. So the instruction from my side to all the officers are quite clear, and they are also quite aware. They are also quite serious about it, not to keep anything pending with them. But now there can be one situation where we have addressed some of the cases. We have just come across to some of the cases in last few months, where the application of restoration for certain technical glitches, it is not reflecting in the assistant commissioner's menu. He has filed, he has paid everything, but there are certain glitches are there. It is not reflecting in the task menu, or there are certain other errors for which he is not able to proceed for the revocation. So these kind of any issue comes, I'll request you, because the officer are already taking up with the DG system, the nodal authority. The taxpayer also taking this thing with the nodal authority. And this type of situation, you are always welcome to bring to our notice. If anything is there, we are quite happy. We are quite happy to just assist all of you here, or in the headquarters. There is a system section is there, and any grievance of such kind, if we are receiving from the taxpayer, we are putting that grievance under special watch. It is under my special watch till it is resolved. So system glitches, we are going to help you. Apart from that, if you have complied everything according to the rules, etc., our officer will not keep anything pending with them. That much I can assure you on their behalf.
Great. Thank you, sir. Varis bhai, now if you can take the next.
Yes, sir. The next question is, I have two firms. One is transport company and second one is for trading. Transport firm is migrated in July 2017 in GST regime. I have make application for cancellation of that registration, but number is still active. And due to this, my second firm is unable to take benefit of lump sum. Sir.
So I guess, Varis bhai, this is an individual question, and if anyone is facing such type of individual issues, then I guess they can talk to the respective commissioner, respective assistant or deputy commissioner, and try to get the resolution.
Bishan bhai, because
now, sir, if you want to add something to this.
Yeah, we are 6 major association, professional association. Almost they are representing almost all the taxpayer of the Gujarat. So what we request on behalf of all the professional association to the honorable commissioner, that can we have announcement of one dispute redressal fortnight for all these small queries or issues like this revocation or migration or some small issues. So can we have some special fortnight for this, whereby we can resolve, we can come with the problems or the grievance or these pending issues, and the entire fortnight is dedicated to resolve all these issues once for all across the state of Gujarat. I think this will be a role model, will be the Gujarat, that in Gujarat we have started such type of fortnight, and the other state will also inspire and do this thing.
Varis bhai, not Gujarat state, but commissionerate. So other commissionerate will also start, and I guess sir is pioneer in doing such type of initiatives.
But I can just.
I guess it's a good idea if sir can take it forward.
Yeah, let me. Definitely, as far as taxpayers of the North Gujarat is there, from my side, it is always welcome. You prepare, you collect the grievances of the taxpayers, you decide anything. It is my assurance it will be resolved. Whatever you want, it will be according, we will do it. From my side, you collect it, come for the fortnight, we will do in the fortnight. Only thing, because there is certain limitations I am having, because a lot of problems are coming because of the system glitches. and there I am also a communicator with the Delhi office. And whatever things are possible at my end, I assure you, I don't want a 15 days also, I can do it in 7 days. I reduce 15 days to 7 days, we'll do it. And the system pledges also we'll take with the Delhi office. And I welcome this suggestion, and you are free to collect, you just compile all these issues of the taxpayers, and you can contact me anytime. You are welcome for that part.
Yes, Monish bhai, if you have any question.
Yeah, the question that has been raised in by one of the participants is, so he is exported under LUT, and the refund was given by considering the FOB value and invoice value, whichever is lower, in spite of the circular which clearly shows that the invoice value as per the shipping bill and the invoice value as per the books has to be matched. And the CGST department, this issue has been coming up again and again, and the client was forced even to pay interest at 24%, which ran into a number of lakhs. So, sir, if you could highlight anything on this.
I'll request, if any individual issue is there, you please bring to my fax individual level. I'm always there, so we can examine what exactly was the issue and why it was done by the officer. So, please.
Sorry, sir, but this is happening in most of the cases in the export report, as far as the CGST is concerned. The state government is not doing it in this similar fashion.
This is what I'll say, because since you raised this issue today and it has not come to my notice before, no one has raised any issue on that part. I'll advise you, I'll request you if you can send a small representation what is happening with you, and then we can examine at the factual level what's happening. If someone is doing, we can just examine it, and then we'll come back to you. Whatever is the resolution is there, we'll come back to you. You can send me a representation, we'll examine that.
Perfect.
Definitely, I'll come back to you.
We'll do that. Sir, there are certain. Yes, Varis bhai.
I would
yes.
One or more two things. As far as I have listened very carefully, Nagori sir's representation to the address to us. Nagori sir, you will appreciate it that in the past 3 years, the compliance level was almost more than 85%. But because of this lockdown and pandemic, the compliance level is now, it has reduced to 50%. But we all professionals are working very hard to reach to the level of 85 or 90%. But what the area of worry is that into the present situation, whatever your honor has mentioned about that, if the returns are not filed, then after 5 days or 7 days, the notice in 3A will be issued as per Rule 68, and the proceeding will start with the base judgment assessment also. Lordship, looking to the, your honor, looking to the present scenario and the business positions, the liquidity problem, there are of the particular account, the non-available.
Probably there is a loss of his voice.
Yes. Varis bhai, you were not audible at that time.
So you're on mute again.
Yeah. So, Your Honor, as far as your issuance of notice again at present scenario will put the taxpayer into some difficulties, because after a gap of 1 week, the notice will be issued. There will not be any problem to file the return immediately, but the only problem the businesses are faces today is about the liquidity. And because of this reason only, there is a delay in filing the return. So definitely the law says that you can definitely issue the notices and you will have to give a time of 15 days. But if the notices will start at this scenario, it will put the businesses into somewhat difficulty. So looking to the present scenario, can we delay or postpone this issuance of notice for non-filers of return? Though there are defaulters, definitely you can do it. But only one return is not filed. No notice can be issued within a week time. Looking to the present scenario, this is the only request we can make.
So what Varis Bhai is saying, that looking to the past record or a track record of the taxpayer, if he is continuously complying, then due to such type of pandemic or such situation, due to accountant or to his office, if there are certain issues, then we request your good self to just postpone for those type of
And I'll clarify. See, while talking all this issue, I told there are two categories. All the small taxpayers, we are not issuing any notice as on date. We are simply trying to persuade them, you file the returns without going for all the notices and all the assessment. So we are, as on date, we want to increase their compliance also by 95%, but without imposing all the notices, etc. on the small taxpayers. Only because they are the 80% tax, there are 500 taxpayer odd, because that is a very small number, who are contributing the major of the revenue, around 80% of the total department. And the same wise, the total for the total country also, in the entire department, we have a small number is there who are contributing total 80% revenue. So initially we are targeting that 80% revenue. This thing, there is a very small number, 450 in the total. So my first thing, small taxpayers, we are not issuing any these GSTR 3 notice as on date. We are waiting for some more time. At least we are trying to persuade them without going for the notice and assessment, everything, because that is a unnecessary work for us, which we are not willing, which we are not interested to go. And as far as the big taxpayers are there, there is a very small number of defaults. So there also we are finding out the reason, etc. No notice, etc. we are issuing in the blindly like that, in a mechanical manner, nothing. After verifying, examining and seeing everything, all this record and everything, then we are issuing the notice. But small taxpayer, which is, I think in the total, I'll tell you, if I say for the my jurisdiction is the 95%, 98% are the small taxpayer, where we are not issuing any notice, 98%, 99%. 300, 400 we are concentrating, and there people will be, defaulter will be 50, 70, 80. Where we are concentrating because they are major revenue player, and we are trying to persuade them. So at least return our this revenue compliance, etc. can be made, but in this thing without, and there also we are looking all the background. It's not there that someone has filed all the return last year, everything on the time perfectly, and suddenly we say no. In fact, you will appreciate, we are in the month of October, we have not issued any notice, any 62 assessment till date. Because we know pandemics was there was a genuine problem, and we are just accommodating, waiting. And we are waiting for some more time, etc. till the things comes to the normal. So there is no any intention to create any issue, any trouble, any discomfort for unnecessary for any on this thing.
Sir, one more thing, can you throw some light on this pre-filled GSTR 3B form, which is likely to be introduced very soon, with option of edit the form?
Varis Bhai, there is one query from the participant. So
yes,
let us take that first. Sir, the query says, Barristers ask, we have mistakenly filed export details in 3.1A of GSTR 3B. As you have also said that previously people did those mistakes. So instead of 3.1B, there was earlier a circular 12/2018 of customs dated 29th May 2018, wherein an interim solution was provided to tide over the difficulty faced by the exporters. How these type of mistakes can be corrected now? As far as my knowledge is concerned, sir, you can rectify your GSTR 1 of those periods, and we can apply to you and we can get the refund. Sir, is there any other way to resolve this or to get those refunds? If someone has mistakenly filling the figures in 3.1A instead of 3.1B of GSTR 3B.
Make separate representation on that part. Let me examine, because I can't promptly I reply this thing.
Okay,
let me examine the issue in detail, then I'll come back.
Done, sir.
Send a representation on this part.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sir, can you throw some light on this pre-filled GSTR 3B with the option of edit of this form, sir, which is likely to be introduced very soon?
I think we can have some different session for that purpose, because my request to know something about the return compliance.
Okay, sir.
For all this matter, we can just speak any other time when we're having the intellectual all this thing.
Fine,
So today I will be requesting some suggestions for the compliance or something like that on that part. So that if you can give me some feedback or some like that input. So,
Last two questions from my side, because it is received from the members only. The one is about that there are certain risky exporters definition whereby the GST status are suspended or DBK status are suspended, and to clear it, it gets a lot of time. So exactly what is the process and how much time it takes to clear that process, Lordship?
see, the process is like that. There are the certain parameters are there where when the exporter is found risky. That is done at the central level by the DGRM. That is the department's one of the wing of the department. So it's their own analysis they are finding, or there may be some input from the custom house where the exporters are filing the refund. So the request or it has been sent to the CGST commissioner to physically find whether the exporter or their supplier sometimes whether they physically exist or not exist, whether they are filing the return or there is any case of misuse, etc. It's a detailed examination. So whenever it is coming to us, we are sending in the time-bound manner to the DGRM back. And when we are sending our this report to the DGRM regarding the exporter or the supplier, then on the basis of our feedback, DGRM is giving the clearance to the customs. And then they are issuing the IGST refund. Now this is a general procedure. But there are certain cases are coming to us where even we have sent the whatever the report from our side, customs did not receive. There may be certain cases because we are having a very huge setup in the country. So there may be certain cases where there may be some communication gap, etc. So these kind of cases, whenever it is coming, bringing to our notice, like one or two cases like we are handling as on date also, we are even nothing is pending at our part also. We are trying to pursue with the DGRM office in the Delhi. We are trying to find out why still it's suspended. Is there any requirement which is need to be done? That we are taking initiative from our side. If something is there which is required, we are informing to the taxpayer or we are complying from our side. If something is not there, then there is some communication gap, then they are handling with the customs. So there are 3-4 agencies are there. So sometimes it may happen that there is a coordination gap, etc. may happen in some cases. But whenever it is brought to the notice of the department, we are taking care of them.
Vishen, the last question from my side, as the other professional associations where the advocates are also member, and the advocates have also received the notice of this service tax from financial year 2014-15, though they were exempt from service tax. Now they will have to make a compliance for this notice. Rather, they can the officer concerned can verify that the advocates are not required to pay any service tax, as it is required to be paid on RCM basis. So they can drop the notices to avoid all these compliances and litigations.
See, one thing I'll tell you, there are different commissioners in the Gujarat, there are different practices. So what I communicated to all of you, that was the practice in the Gandhinagar commissionerate. Here I can assure you, I just already instructed my officer not to issue any blind show cause notice. If someone is a legal professional, no notice will be issued to him, show cause notice I am saying. Even most probably they will not be issuing the letter also, but there will not be any show cause notice issued to any advocate or legal professional or medical professional who are not at all even to be considered for the imposition of service tax. Now, if some other jurisdiction has issued any show cause notice, I cannot comment on that part. But if any show cause, we all know even the law, any show cause has been issued that need to be adjudicated, that cannot be vacated in a toto. That needs to be adjudicated on the merit. Even there is no merit, this will have to be decided. But concern, because since nothing in my jurisdictions, I cannot comment on that part. So here I can assure you, we are not issuing any show cause notice in blind on third party data.
Very good. Appreciate
it. Great, sir.
Great. Thank you, Vishen bhai.
Thank you very much, sir. And as time is also, yes, Monish bhai. Monish bhai, if you have any question, I request you to take it, personally with our representation, or you can include those questions in our representation, and we will forward it to the commissioner, sir. Because due to paucity of time, now I request Ms. Kriti Pandey, Assistant Commissioner, to give her concluding remarks to this session, please.
Thank you so much, Bishanji. So as this discussion has been very, very fruitful, and I would like to take this opportunity to extend a big thank you to the Ahmedabad branch of WIRC of ICAI for basically organizing this very, very interactive webinar. And it has indeed been very enlightening for all of us, and I'm sure it has been for you as well. And this was a very much needed dialogue between the representatives from the side of the trade and the businesses, and from the side of the government as well. So I am very thankful to Commissioner Sir and to the presidents and chairpersons of all the prominent institutions related to trade and business and the legal side, and all the conveners of the various study circles that have joined us, and all the other participants who have joined us in this endeavor. And I will just point out that for our commissionerate, tax facilitation, taxpayer facilitation, our taxpayer will always be on the forefront. And as Commissioner said, Sir has also very rightly said that we are always here. We will always be welcoming your suggestions, any queries, any issues. If we can resolve them at our level, we will definitely do that. But if it is not in our power, we will make sure that we escalate it all the way up, so that whatever problems are being faced by the taxpayer and you as representatives are bringing them to us, we will try our level best that they are resolved in whatever ways possible. And lastly, but definitely not least, great special thanks to Bishanji. Thank you so much for organizing this and for spearheading this event. And it has been a massive success, as all of us can see. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. Now I request on behalf of all of us, CA Parag Malviji, to give a well-deserved vote of thanks to all the participants and all the dignitaries. Parag bhai.
Parag bhai, you are mute. Parag bhai, please unmute yourselves.
I guess Parag bhai is not able to. Parag bhai?
Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, I Parag Malvi, CA, CPA chapter convener. I very thankful for fruitful discussion on GST returns and other related details on related points on GSTs, and very interactive discussions made between the department and our great organizations. I greatly and thankful to Ms. Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir, Commissioner of GST Gandhinagar, and other divisional DCs, the Dharmraj ji, Kirti Madam ji, Ranwat ji, and Nursing Ram ji, all the department officers. Thankful for this cooperation to our organizations, and I also heartily thankful for Bishan Shah and our chairman, CA Fanil Shah, and other our organizations members who are helpful to us. CA Manish Bhai Shah, Sari Bharat Bhai Sheth, Praveen Bhai Soni, Sunil Bhai Keshwani, Ashutot Bhai Thakkar, and our other CPA chapters members, BK Chavda Sahib, CA Irshad Bhai and Rutul Bhai, all of thanks. All do thanks for this purpose. Okay, thank you.
Very much all for your kind words and kind support. Without your support and shoulder to shoulder going ahead, it is not going to possible that we give this tax reform a great success. So we are ending this webinar here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.